All right, pound the rock. That's what we've been after. We've been going strong, and we're going to keep doing it on a day-to-day basis because that is the only way to get to the top. Now you got to remember, in order to challenge yourself to get to the top, you got to be confident. You got to believe in yourself. You can't get complacent, which means you got to stay hungry. You got to understand that you have to defeat yourself on a day-to-day basis. You have choices to make. And that's how you defeat yourself. Make smart choices. Do things right all the time. Understand that the big picture is your purpose sitting at the top of the mountain. Your place at the table's there. It's waiting for you. It's got a reserve sign with your name on it. But are you going to claim it? So to get there, you have to understand that there's steps, there's obstacles. And the path that we've talked about is unforgiving, it's brutal, and it don't give a damn who you are, what background you came from. It's not going to feel sorry for you. It will eat you up if you're not prepared for it the right way. So what I've came up with is a path process to get to the top. And we've already talked about it. We've already talked about the fact that you have to be confident and believe in yourself. You have to defeat yourself. You have to put yourself in good positions by staying hungry, which means you're going to get after it every day. Because I'm telling you, a hungry man is going to go find a meal. And if you're that guy, you're going to do the things necessary to put yourself in position to challenge that path. So now that you've accomplished that stuff, what you've done is you've allowed yourself to position yourself right at the edge of that mountain. And what you're looking up at is bigger than Mount Everest. You can't even see the top. The only thing you know is if you continue to pound the rock, you could continue to move up that path. You could take one step at a time and get yourself in position, potentially, to claim your prize at the top of that mountain. And it all starts with step one. After all the confident belief, being hungry, defeating yourself on a day-to-day basis, got you to that edge, your first step on that mountain is to understand that you have doubters and haters waiting for you, and they're not going to go away. And in order to put yourself in position to challenge this mountain, you have to be able to stay focused in this process. Because these doubters are going to do everything they can to bring you down. Because that's where they are. On the sidelines watching. They ain't in the game no more. That's what haters and doubters are. They're a bunch of jealous failures that don't want to see anybody succeed. They couldn't do it. They don't want you to do it. They can't see you accomplish what they couldn't. So they're going to lash out with hate and everything else they can to get you to lose focus on your path. Because that path is dark. It's hot. And if you lose focus for 1 second, you're going to come tumbling back down, and reality's going to set in that you got to start all over. Doubters. They're out there. I have doubters. I have people that hate on what I'm doing here in this program. And what am I doing? I'm providing opportunity. I'm giving you guys the resource and opportunity to get to the top. program 7 days a week. I sacrifice time away from my family and my 4 young children to be here every day, 16 hours, to make sure that you guys have every opportunity to get to the top. This ain't no 2-day-a-week program. This ain't no summer program and I'll see you after the season. Come get your little 1 or 2 sessions in a week. You have the opportunity here to get in 50 plus sessions a month. And I sacrifice so much to give this opportunity, and I do it for free. I don't get paid. And yet I have doubters. I have haters. I have people that want to see me fail. For what? For trying to do good for others? You know what I do? I do everything for you guys because my payment is 100% through your opportunity. When you guys make it to the top, that's my payment. I'm not worried about anything else. I'm worried about you guys having a shot to get there. You see, that's the problem. Too many people want to judge a book by its cover. The problem with that is this book right here, you better get to know me before you speak on me. You better get to understand my struggles. You better get to understand my path. See, because my path was built by me and me only. Because growing up the way I grew up would have broke most people. And it has broke most people. I've seen it with my own eyes. When you grow up and the people that you love and the people that are supposed to care for you are too busy worried about doing their drug, too busy worried about living their wild life, putting themselves in position to get in prison, doing things that typically parents wouldn't do. Guess what? I got caught in the crossfire. Understand my path before you pass judgment on me. Understand that I'm a statistic that's supposed to be in prison. Understand that I starved as a child because my mom, and God bless her, she's a great woman, but she had her struggles, and it was tough. And she made decisions that put me in bad situations. My grandmother adopts me. Great person. My grandfather, great person. And what I learned from them is I learned a lot, but I also had to deal with the pressure and the pain. See, I ain't ashamed to admit it. My grandfather was a lifelong heroin addict. And when you grow up with a heroin addict, you learn something. When you grow up with an alcoholic, you learn something. When you grow up exposed to things that most people only see on TV, you figure it out or you become another one of those statistics. Well, I broke the cycle. I decided at a young age that I was going to break the cycle. Through football, I found passion and love. And I have been on the grind since I was a little kid with this sport. And it has put me in position to be able to pass on my knowledge to you guys. Through through my struggles emotionally, I have come up with this system that I call Pound the Rock. Giving you guys a sneak peek and an outlook and a warning on what it's going to take to get there. See, I wish I had me when I was your age. I wish I had somebody like me, but I didn't have that. So through my failures, I have positioned myself to give you opportunity that I missed on. I have lived my whole life for this moment to be able to change lives and make an impact that is felt for generations. And yet I got haters. So before you hate, do your homework. Understand the person. But the fact of the matter is they won't. They'll continue to bark. They'll continue to run their mouths like the poodles they are, because that's what they are. All bark, no bite. They like to talk, but they sure the hell don't walk. Not up that path. Too hot for them. You see, when you're a poodle and you're a jealous, insecure person that runs around talking trash about another man, you ain't nothing, and their words should mean nothing. So understand that when you get to the edge of that mountain, step one, that path, lined on both sides, haters, doubters, all the way to the top. And as you get all the way up there, it gets worse and worse. Ask Floyd Mayweather Jr. Hated on every day. He's great. Greatness brings hate. You must be doing something damn good to get somebody to speak out on you. Because the only reason why they're going to hate is because you're on a path of success and a path to greatness that they can't handle. So they're going to be there and they're not going away. Regardless of how much you wish they would, how much I wish I would just not have to hear nothing, they're going to be there. It's just the way it is. Haters will not go away. They are like roaches. You drop a nuclear bomb, boom, roach is still there. That's haters. That's doubters. Bunch of roaches. Not going nowhere. So get used to it. When you get there and when you're traveling and you're close and you can almost see the top of that mountain, them haters are going to come even harder. And you better have the ability to stay focused and keep your eye on the prize, because if you don't, you can do everything right. And we're going to talk and we're going to touch up on everything. And I have a whole list of speeches that are going to be coming. And we talk about discipline. We talk about being dedicated. We talk about the sacrificing that is necessary to get to the top. We talk about your preparation. We talk about everything and anything. This is a process. Right now is step one onto that mountain. Step one is understanding that there's doubters. And if you don't want to deal with it, if you're so thin-skinned that you can't deal with the words coming from a bunch of poodles, then don't even try this mountain. Because if you can't deal with it, when you get to the top, or when you're approaching the top, it's going to get worse. It doesn't get any easier. But remember what they are. Poodles and roaches should never scare you. Boy, I grew up ghetto as hell. Roaches all over the place. Didn't bother me none. I'll slap a roach to the side quick. And let a poodle talk and I'll kick him off to the side the same. Because I'm focused. And just as you guys have a plan and a purpose, guess what? I got one too. It's to see you guys to the top. And while you guys are getting to the top, guess what? I'm getting to the top on another path. So you guys want to be ball players. Well, guess what? I'm coaching. I'm coming. Somebody out there eventually going to take notice. And I'm coming. I'm coming for that prize. See, through my failure, I put myself in position to pass on knowledge to you guys. To give you the opportunity that I missed on. To give you the opportunity that I tried and I failed on. But through failure, you learn and adjust and eventually succeed. And now my path, although different, very much the same. So my haters can keep hating. Keep hating. Boy, I love it. Fuel. See, because hate, it can do two things for you. It can break you down, or it could be fuel on your fire. And remember, you're walking that path of fire already. So let them hate. They're just spraying up gas on you. Getting you more fired up to get to the top and get to the top of that mountain and claim that seat that's waiting for you. Let them hate. Let them pass judgment. Don't get caught up in it. Focus, focus, focus at all times. Because understand that as you're traveling that path, focus, left and right, doesn't work. You've got to look straight ahead. You can't be looking, gazing off into the side, and it's not going to work. Right? You hear stuff and you look, boom, you get smacked. Lose focus for a second and lose your opportunity for a lifetime. Never lose focus. That's what we're talking about today. Doubters, haters are going to get you to a point where you're going to want to turn your head. Don't do it. Get yourself prepared to deal with it. Stay focused. Understand that your prize is waiting. And you don't get caught up in any of the nonsense going on by those on the sideline watching. All right, they already failed. What you going to learn from them? They're going to try to tear you down. That's it. Ain't going to do nothing for you. Prove your doubters wrong. Every day, every opportunity, prove them wrong. There's no excuse in this game. It's got to get done. And how do we get it done? We pound that rock. And when you pound that rock, guess what? Eventually, all that talk, you ain't gonna hear it. You're so focused and driven, you're just worried about that next step, that next stage. So understand, step one onto that mountain is to understand that there are doubters and haters at every single level. You can do everything right and have one distraction from some doubter or hater, make a poor decision, and you're done. And I mean done as in done. Prepare yourself for the next stage. The next stage is coming. And that's what we're going to work on, is getting to that next level. We're officially on the mountain. That hot path, woo, we're on it. We're going. And I'm going to tell you guys what it takes to take the second, the third, the fourth step, and trust me, there's a ton of them, because that mountain, like I said, is big as hell. It's bigger than Mount Everest, but we're going to attack it full force. Thank you guys for coming today. The next installment, we're going to take step 2 and 3. We're going to talk about preparation. We're going to talk about patience and persistence. We're going to talk about the steps that it's going to take to get to the top. And it all goes in order. I appreciate you guys coming. We're ready. Keep hating, because we're coming regardless whether or not you like it. It don't matter. We're still coming, and we ain't gonna stop. Thank you.